Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 BMW X5M Competition. Huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Charlotte for providing this SUV for me today. Take a look at their website, that link is down in the description. This X5 Comp is finished off in Brooklyn Gray Metallic, and with options, MSRP is just over $147,000. Now this is powered by the 4.4 liter twin turbo V8. It's paired to the 8-speed automatic. It pumps out 617 horsepower, 553 pound-feet of torque. It's all-wheel drive. This nearly 5,400 pound SUV can do 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds with a top speed of 177 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 21.9 gallons. You'll expect to see 13 miles per gallon in the city and 18 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 117 inches. Its overall length is 195. It has a width of 79.3, a height of 68.9, and its ground clearance measures in at 8.7 inches. Now this is the top trim level for the X5, so this has quite a lot to offer. Up front, you'll also notice all of the gloss black accents where the grille is a straight through open. So you have plenty of cutouts there. There's also a forward camera, the X5M badge. There's parking sensors, a sensor for distance pacing, and then more cutouts in the lower section, even the inlets on both sides. Now there's a dark housing for the LEDs to blend in nicely, and some subtle lines coming down the hood too, but a very aggressive and sporty front end. Now as we work our way to the side, this model has a staggered setup for the wheels. There are 21s up front, 22s in the rear, finished off in gloss black, and this has the red M Sport brakes, which is a nice color combo. You'll notice the X5M badge with the gloss black trim accent. There's also power folding side mirrors with the camera and the turn signal. More gloss black for the window trim. It's on the roof racks, and this has a full moon roof up top. There's also some prominent lines flowing down the side and with the fender arches too. It just gives it a great look. The side skirt pokes out slightly too, just to give it a nice side profile. And then this has the spoiler with the third brake light and the wiper blade. There's LEDs for the lighting, backup camera, parking sensors, and then this also has the M Performance carbon tips for that M Sport exhaust. Now with these wheels, I did forget to mention, this also has the floating center caps. So that is a nice feature to see. You can also remote start this with the key fob, and you can use the key fob or the control underneath to gain access to the cargo space. You can also do the kick free or the hands free option, so you can kick underneath. Now with the X5s, you do have the liftgate and the tailgate. So you can open those independently, or you can have them both open or both closed depending on how you set up this vehicle. Now in back, there's quite a lot of space. This model has a spare tire. You could put a little bit of items underneath. There's also a hook, a 12 volt, and this cover can fit under there if you need to store it away. You can also fold the back seats down too. You have a lot of cargo space for this SUV. And then up top, you can push on this button. You can do that hands-free option, and you have several ways to open and close this. Now for the latest X5, the LCI, there's no proximity door handles in back, but you can actually set it up. So it's locked right now, but you can set it up where you walk away from the vehicle and all 4 doors will lock. As you approach the vehicle, all 4 doors will unlock. So while there's no actual sensor, it's going to be unlocked by the time you get to the vehicle. So that is great to see. Now this also has the sunshades in back. You'll notice this really neat pattern within the leather. There's Bowers & Wilkins for the audio, carbon fiber interior lighting, more storage down below. There's the illumination for the M badge there. And then with the seats, there's the release to fold them flat to get in some more items. There's also the colors stitched on the seat belts. And then at 5'10", I have a good bit of space. There's an area you can charge and attach tablets. There's storage pockets down below, vents in the middle. These are heated seats. There's climate adjustments, some storage and auxiliaries down below. And then at my height, I have about 2 inches or so of headroom. So it's a very spacious, larger size SUV. Right in the middle, there's the armrest with storage and then cup holders in the front section. And then you can also fold down this middle seat as well. So if you need to put any items through. This also has a full Alcantara headliner, and hopefully you can see some of the ambient lighting in the shade there. It's also within the speaker housing too, which is neat. And this also has soft closed doors, so that is a cool option to see. Now, this also has memory seating adjustments, massaging seats. You can use L2 along with the driver's seat controls to adjust the passenger seat. So all of these now adjust that side if you need to do that. There's also the liftgate, window controls, mirror adjustments, and then more storage and the rest of the same materials. And then the illumination on the door sill there, and all of the automatic adjustments for these sporty seats. Now inside, we're greeted with the solid leather steering wheel with some brushed accents, carbon fiber on the paddle shifters. There's M1 and M2. But let's start this up and take a listen to how this sounds. And coming back to the gauge cluster, you can go through all this information using controls on the right side, where there's also volume tuning, Bluetooth, and voice commands. So we'll start off with the content, where you can scroll through all of this, and you have quite a lot, just depending on what you would like to see. You can also get into the head-up display, and you have a few settings there to monitor as well. So it's a good bit for this particular screen. Now there's also M1 and M2, so these are shortcuts for the different driving modes. You can have those preset and ready to go. Cruise control settings are on the left. There's also storage, along with headlight adjustments, one air vent, more carbon fiber, leather for the dash, and then with the infotainment system, you can either use it as a touch screen or you have the controls down below with the shortcuts. So either way, you can easily go through this. Now under all of the apps, there's the drive recorder, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all of the lighting. You have quite a lot that you can get into and access. You can also get into the climates, there's navigation, music, and then the heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, and temperature adjustments. More carbon underneath that, along with vents. There's volume tuning, hazards and defrosters, wireless charging with auxiliaries, and then heated and cooled cup holders, which is neat to see. Depending on the drinks that you have, you can also hide that away. Now with the Competition, you have the actual shifter, so that is how you put it into reverse, where there's all of the camera angles. So you have no shortage of visibility for this entire vehicle. You can easily see all around. Now, if you put it into drive, you can also get into the forward camera. So now, of course, that will automatically pop up. Behind that, there's park and the adjustments for the transmission, so you can decide how slow or quickly you would like that to react. There's traction control, parking sensors, engine start, stop. And then when you push on M mode, you can go into sport or track. So it will change both the gauge cluster and the head-up display, and it allows you to still go through information on that left side. So you can pull up some other vitals depending on what you would like to see, and you have the TAC full screen on the head-up display. Setup is how you can get into M1 and M2. So you can have these preset from efficiency up to Sport Plus, depending on how you want the vehicle to react. You can just push on one button and you're ready to go. There's auto hold and the e-brake, a downhill assist, some storage with an auxiliary. There's also a locking glove box. The M badge here will change colors depending on some of the modes that you are in. And then there's garage door buttons up top, dome lights, and controls for both the sunshade and sunroof. And then with the X5, it's a large vehicle with tons of glass. So it's honestly very easy to see all around. As we set up behind the wheel for the X5M Competition, this is the top trim level for this very popular SUV. If you're new to the channel, I own an X5 xDrive 40i, so not this engine, it's a step down from this. But in general, I can talk about what it's like to drive the X5. With the Competition model here, this is for someone who wants all of this performance, all of this practicality. You want luxury too. Maybe this is your only vehicle and you kind of want it all in one car. If my wife and I shared an X5, I would definitely go Competition, but since I do have some other vehicles, it just didn't make sense for us. This would be really sweet though to own with how capable it is. So in terms of driving the X5, I have the M Sport suspension in my X5, so it's going to ride fairly similar to this. I also have 22s, so with the larger wheel like this, it's going to ride and feel very similar to this model, and I really enjoy it. It's a little bit on the stiffer side, but I could absolutely daily drive this and not even think twice about it. So just depending on the options that you would like, how you want your vehicle to feel while you're driving, you do have several options that you can go with. With some of the other models, it is going to be fixed for this model here. It's also pretty quiet in terms of road noise and wind noise, but under that minor acceleration, that exhaust note was coming through, and that's what I like to hear with the Competition model here especially. You can get that exhaust set up properly. So let's put it into sport mode now, and we have M2 where it's just all of the Sport Plus settings. Here we go. And that was just a mild acceleration. This has so much more potential. it would be cool to have one for a press vehicle where we could really just rip on it and show more of the experiences. But I have been able to do that, of course, with my X5, and while it gets up and moves for the B58, which is the turbo inline six, it obviously can't touch this V8. This is so performance oriented. The shifts are super quick too, and you have different ways that you can adjust those shift points. So let's say you're in stop and go traffic, you can tone it down to where they are going to be delayed, so it's smoother in stop and go traffic situations like that. Or you can go all the way up for those quick and crisp shift points. So there's a lot of different character with the the X5M Competition, to where you can drive this and have it set up for the driving conditions that you are in, which I think is really cool. So that way it's not always in that race performance setting. You can daily drive this, you can take it to the mountains and have a little bit of performance fun. So it's a vehicle, like right now, I didn't give it enough gas. So there's some adjustments you can make, of course, just to make that smoother. And I think that is the best of everything. So this could be your only vehicle and you can do so much with it. And still in the Sport Plus settings, here we go. And a minor acceleration, this has so much more potential, and it's very cool how many different characteristics this vehicle gives you in one. So this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the latest X5M Competition. With it in Drive 2, if you don't choose to shift either using the shifter down below or the paddles, it will shift quickly or slowly depending on how you have this set up. So it will even react on its own without you shifting, which is just another way to drive this vehicle. It gives you so much drama and character, it's almost like driving a manual transmission. So I think it's really cool, just the characteristics that this gives you. But the X5 in general, I think it's a really great platform. You have a lot of different ways that you can spec them in general, different engine options as well, and it's a very comfortable vehicle. This is something that you can go on long road trips with, as my wife and I have done in our personal X5. It's great for driving around the city. I used mine to tow as well. I'm not sure if the competition allows you to spec it with a factory hitch or not, but these are very capable with this engine of towing around 7,200 pounds. So it's a practical luxury vehicle that also offers some of those practicalities as you would expect from an SUV too. So really the best of everything if you want a sporty vehicle, but maybe you have some things to tow and you just want the luxury refinements of a vehicle like this. So being a BMW, that is what you are going to get with this. Aside from the exhaust in this model, it's super comfortable and quiet. This would be a fun daily driving SUV, and one that I don't think you would drive it without a smile on your face. Even right now at slow speeds, it sounds good. You know you're ready to rip on it and just have a blast behind the wheel. So let's do another slight acceleration from first gear here. And it just wants to keep going. But that is going to wrap it up for the X5M Competition. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Charlotte for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.